Welcome back. In this video, I'll be demonstrating the Datablock functions that you're more likely to use for arriving aircraft. In this exercise, there are no departures. As you can see, I already have 4 aircraft on my screen. And the first thing I need to do in order to be able to control them, of course, is to assume control. And we do that by double-clicking the asset or call sign. I'll do that for all of them. Okay. Right. I'm hoping that you're using your quick reference guide and you'll follow along with me. The first function is to clear an aircraft to hold. Okay, well, I'll do it with the Caribbean 066. To do that, you need to interact with the exit point. In this case, the exit point is 12, runway 12, because the aircraft is landing. So you click on that and select hold at, and then the point you want the aircraft to hold at. And you can see that the Manly is highlighted in the data block. Okay. Next, we want to cancel holding. To do that, whether the aircraft is holding already or it's still en route, we do basically what we did before. We go back to the exit point, click on it, and simply click on the point that you had instructed the aircraft to hold, and that will cancel the hold. As you can see, Manly is no longer highlighted in the data block. Okay, I'm going to have this aircraft hold at Manly anyway. Hold at Manly. And I'm going to have this aircraft key 15 hold at Manly as well. Okay, and that would leave us with 2 aircraft that are actually proceeding to final. Another thing I should mention is that when we use in this exercise runway 12, so it would be good to display an extended center line for the runway, and for that we go to the screen setup toolbar and click on the Delta D and select runway 12, and OK. You can see the extended center line there a moment. So both these aircraft now are proceeding to final on their flight plan routes that look like that. Okay, looking at this aircraft is flying at 340 knots. This one is flying at 237 knots. And if I were to measure the distance from say final, that one is 31 miles, this one is 22 miles. So obviously I should make this aircraft number 1, and I should start descending the aircraft now so that it will be at a reasonable level on final approach. Also, to descend the aircraft, I go to the cleared flight level element, click on it, and select the level I'm going to clear to 6,000 feet. Alright, for the time being, I'm going to allow the aircraft to proceed on the flight plan route. Now, this other aircraft I'm going to measure there is 29 miles out on 5,000 feet, and I'm going to start descending this aircraft, and I'm going to assign this aircraft 7,000 feet for the moment. Okay, so we have cleared the aircraft to hold and cancel hold, and the next item is to clear an aircraft on ILS approach. Now, we normally don't do that until the aircraft is turning final or is on final, and as you can see, neither of these aircraft is near to final. So I'm going to accelerate the exercise so we save some time. You notice that Caribbean 606 has come up over Manly and has turned right in the hold. Normally, well, you wouldn't have an aircraft holding in a right pattern over Manly in any event, but that is how the program is set up, and we just want him to hold there at the moment. Okay, now I have declared that Ascot RRR is Romeo 666 is number 1, and Sky is 1703 is number 2. Okay, is at Ascot at 9,000, descending to 6,000. I'm going to continue its descent to 4,000. Okay, 9,000. I think I might have to increase the rate of descent for the Ascot. It's a bit high to be so close to the airport, so select an arbitrary descent rate, say more than 3,500 feet, and you can say 3.5 plus in the data block. So that is the rate of descent that I have assigned to the aircraft. Okay, so let's speed this up a little bit more, save some time. Okay, let's pause the exercise a bit. You can see that the ident for both these aircraft have turned red. And they have turned red because both of them are going to be rolling at Manly, and they're both at 15,000 feet, and that is a dangerous thing to do. So what I'll do is descend the Caribbean 066 to 10,000 feet. Okay, right, and I'll start the exercise again. Okay, and that should take care of that. You won't do that in real life. You would fail the exercise if you do that in real life. Okay, and my screen is getting a little cluttered. Ascot is turning final at 4,000 feet, so at this point it is possible to clear this aircraft for an ILS or visual approach, and we do that in both cases by interacting with the exit point. It's 1, 2, click on it, and if it is ILS, you select the runway 12, and right away you see the data block says ILS. Okay, let's continue that a bit. I think I'll continue to descend this aircraft a little more as well. That's it. Sky 1703 down to 5,000 feet. Okay. Okay, I'm going to cancel a holding for Caribbean 066 so that it can continue to final. So I go to the exit point and just select Manly as the point where it is holding. Click, and you can see that this is not highlighted. Manly is not highlighted anymore. In fact, you're seeing the heading element has now changed to T, Tango. Its heading is 101. Alright. Let's put my script a little bit, clear up my screen a little bit, declutter it. Okay, so the 066 should be continuing on its way towards into its flight plan route again towards final for runway 12. Okay, now cleared VSL. Okay, we can toggle between, let's say Ascot says approach, we have the runway in sight, we'd like to do a visual approach instead of an instrument approach. So you can do that by selecting the exit point again. In this case ILS is there, select it, and just select MKJP instead of runway 12. And right to say changes to VCA. You say visual approach, but VCA stands for visual contact approach. Yes, visual contact with the runway at the airport. Okay, so it's now on a visual approach. Let's accelerate this a little. I can see that the Caribbean is not doing what it is supposed to be doing, so I'm going to vector it towards where it's supposed to be going, 270 heading. I'm going to have to vector this aircraft to final, and I can give the aircraft further descent, say to 6,000 feet. Now the Sky 1703 is turning final at 5,000 feet. I'm going to give the aircraft further descent to 4,000 feet. and I'm going to clear the aircraft for the ILS approach, and to do that we interact with the exit point, click exit point, and I'm going to clear the aircraft for ILS approach. So I need to select the runway and use runway 12, and right away you can see that the exit point has changed to ILS. Okay, let's continue. Accelerate a bit. Ascot will soon be on the ground. It's 600 feet, descending to 0, and Sky 1703 is on final. Right. So you could switch an aircraft that has been cleared for ILS to visual, and from visual back to ILS if it makes sense. That's what you want to do. Okay. So Ascot has landed. Okay. I'm going to speed up the exercise a bit again. Let's see how far this one is from 5 touchdown. It's 11 miles for touchdown at 4,000. That should be okay. Speed up a bit. I'm going to cancel holding for the key. Ooh, things have gone out of hand here a little bit. Okay, so I need to vector this aircraft back to final now. I think we accelerated a little bit too much there. I'm going to give this aircraft a heading. So I click on the heading element. I'm going to vector this aircraft straight to Kino and speed it up a bit. Okay. Now, key is not going to serve a purpose for this demo at the moment, so I'm going to kill the aircraft. So you do that by clicking on the ID and click transfer, and that's the quick way of doing it. There's another way of doing it, but that's a quick way of doing it. So I have just one aircraft to play around with now, and that is the Caribbean 066, and I'm going to speed that up a bit. But first I'll descend the aircraft to 4,000 feet, so it's at a good altitude for me to clear him for ILS or visual. It's almost final there now, almost intercepted. So I'm going to clear this aircraft for the ILS, and I'll do that by selecting the runway again, and I can accelerate a bit. Okay, so this aircraft is on final now, runway 12. And then the tower calls you and says, Manley, approach. The wind has changed. We are now using runway 30. What do? You already have this aircraft on ILS approach for runway 12. Well, the aircraft is at 35. What you need to do, instead of descending to 0 in that is landing, what you need to do is give it an altitude instead of 0. Say, go to the cleared flight level and select, say, 2,000 feet. And you'll see that the ILS has been cancelled and it's descending to 2,000 now. And now you're going to have to vector the aircraft for final runway 30 or the other runway. And it would make sense that we display the extended center line of runway 30. So we go to the toolbar, select Delta, and the checkbox runway 30. We don't need 12 anymore, so deselect that. Fine. I now need to get this aircraft towards runway 30. So I'm going to give it a turn to the south. Right. Now you can see the extended center line is right here, a white line, runway 30. And it's at 2,000 feet. I can descend them to 1,500 now if I want. Okay. And 15. And I want to turn the aircraft towards runway 0 heading 070. Okay, and it's a little less than 10 miles out now, so give it another turn towards final 010, and then I can clear the aircraft ILS or visual runway 30. Let's try visual runway 30, no, ILS runway 30, and see if it works. So what we selected was MKJP for the ILS runway 30. Accelerate a bit and see. Right. Okay. Any other item on the list? Land opposite direction. I showed you the MBA chart, right? And now let's say you have a number of aircraft flying and you wanted to highlight one of them. Okay. How you do that? You put a warning marker in the data block. And the way to do that is to select the ID and just select warning, and you can see that the call sign or the identity is now highlighted, right? And of course to cancel that, you just need to go select and deselect warning. This aircraft is at 1,000 feet, and obviously it's going to make the landing. Okay, that covers all the items on your list for arriving aircraft. Let me thank you for your attention, and we will see you next time. I suggest you launch exercise and get some practice at this, and as you see that it can be quite enjoyable. Thank you very much.